Hey guys.
Hey guys.
I'm sick, so I sound.
She's sick.
We're both sick, so I sound weird. We're going to
The mall today.
Yeah, we're gonna go hopefully, because we need to get his suit for the wedding. Whoa! I flung the camera around. And also, possibly going to Home Goods to look to see if they have any kind of like wood slab thing to put our cake on. And then we're going to Oddporium. This oddity shop that Josh found. It's like the only oddity shop in Delaware.
It's in Arden.
That I've heard of. Or that anyone's heard of. I don't know. I'm sick. This is a great vlog already. Hopefully we'll vlog later. Bye. We got Josh's suit. It's in that bag. Now we're looking at books.
We're at the Oddporium. Hello. I got a box from the Oddporium. It's nothing odd. It's nothing odd. It's actually really a cool thing.
And I got this thing for free. I don't even know why.
I'm so sick.
Okay. Anyway, I got this necklace. The lady asked me to pick one. Just gave it to me.
And I got this sweet agate. Very cool pendant. Which is connected to the pentacle. This thing is so pentacool. Don't put that in there. I love this. There's a really cool thing in there that was it was a bat, and it was like mummified, kind of like it was still had all of its skin and stuff, and it was inside of this like glass coffin case. Like, it was so cool, but it was expensive, out of our price range. Well, maybe another time.
Maybe another time. We're gonna take our sick butts home now.
Yep.
I don't know.
Not here.
No, I know. We're just sniffly and gross and tired. So we got a suit, a book that I'm happy about.
Yeah.
I forgot until just now. From Barnes
Right
and
here.
Noble. Yeah, I showed you clips of like the book section. We got, well, Josh got for me the grimoire for the Green Witch, and I'm so excited. It's like really straightforward and a lot of actual spells and
She thick.
tea, like magical different teas and herbs and what different times of the moon mean for the craft. I don't know. It's really awesome. It's about nature and my favorite things. And yeah, and we went to Oddporium, and now I'm like exhausted. I might go home and watch Halloween movies and make Halloween cookies.
Yes.
Hopefully. Okay. Then we gotta go. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
For now.
Hopefully hopefully you
Maybe
enjoy
we'll tell you about Karim in a minute.
in this vlog.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll tell you about Karim in this vlog. Anyway.
Because we don't have like too much stuff for this vlog.
That's
like,
true.
We're going shopping. Look what we got.
Yeah,
It's
that's
pretty
true.
quick. So we might say, hey, this is Karim, guys.
Yeah, might give you the story of Karim for a spooky Halloween story when we get home. And I hope you enjoyed us even though we're kind of sick and stressed. Bye!
I've never rolled cookie dough before. Look, the things just roll. It's not me. I broke it.
You might have to break this or something.
No. Hold it. Yes.
I think you have to grease the rolling pin. Oh, flour.
Oh,
Right?
don't do that. No, it's cookie dough.
I don't know.
Come on, baby.
You're literally just making it worse.
Come on, baby.
Okay.
That is how you roll cookie dough.
A cookie can't mean that.
Antiqued.
I don't know how to YouTube.
We in here, we're making cookies.
Why is the camera up there?
So we can see our beautiful faces. This is hard.
Whose idea was this?
Pumbaa.
It could be anyone.
Guys, look, our first.
Put it down.
Pumbaa says it's easy.
Now it's easy.
This
Why?
will help.
Just have a hat.
Pumbaa's none the wiser.
What'd you do? What did he do?
You'll have to review the footage.
He ate some.
Nope.
Oh. He did.
You'll have to review the footage. I didn't. I did not.
Who said this was easy?
Pumbaa.
Bats that will probably morph way bigger and be stuck to each other when it's over. Yay, spooky Halloween!
It smells like remnants of Totino's pizza.
What's that?
Vomit.
Cookies are in the oven, and
buns.
they're only supposed to be in there for like 9 minutes. So they're almost done. Sorry. And we're gross still. It's the same day. Hope 9 people still love us after this one. We're gonna tell you the story of Karim.
Karim!
Abdul Jabari.
Shout out to my boys at Hollywood Undead.
Yeah, that's how that name came about. So, the one creepy thing that I could think of that ever really happened to me or in my life was Karim. So, when I moved to California to move with Josh,
That's me.
he was living in California and I was finally finished with college and I wanted to move there. He flew home and then we drove all the way from coast to coast, from East Coast all the way to the West Coast. It was
Can't reach the edge. Oh.
his first cross-country road trip, right? My second. I went
Yeah,
with
sure.
my friend.
We'll go with it.
Anyway, and we didn't exactly go like straight there. We didn't go fastest route. We zigzagged a lot because we had a lot of stops that we wanted to go to, since we were like, oh, well, I'm taking all my stuff, putting it in a car and driving across the country, so let's stop at a bunch of places. Because we really didn't stay in any hotels from what I can remember on our first way to Cali. We slept in the car a lot at Walmart parking lots. P.S. That's a really good place. I mean, I'm not gonna like support it because you gotta be careful if you sleep in your car, but at least those places are open 24 hours and they're pretty much everywhere across the country.
I'll support it. I'm not about that careful life.
They'll support your danger. We went to Colorado. We went to Denver at one point, and I was meeting an uncle of mine that I never met on my father's side. And my father passed away a few years ago at this point. And so we went to a Target in Colorado because it was in October when we did the road trip, and I don't know, we ended up in a Target somehow. We love Halloween stuff, so we always go and look for it, even though we didn't like have a home at that time. And we found a skeleton, one of the little plastic skeletons, like this size or whatever, and we hung him in my car and named him Karim. I had Karim for years after that, even after moving away from California, back home to the East Coast. Basically, that car ended up being my home at certain points. I mean, we slept in it so much. We had so many adventures, saw so many states in that car. And Karim was usually there, like just always hanging on my little rear view mirror. And then 2016, in the summer, I got in a really bad car accident in that car, and it was totaled. Somebody pulled out in front of me, and I ran into the end of their car, and my car just like freaking exploded. I don't know, didn't really like explode, but the windshield busted, airbags, all that. So, and I was super like shaken up by it, obviously, and I was taken away in an ambulance. But this guy, he came back because I called him and told him what happened right away. And he grabbed like two things other than like my phone. He grabbed poems that I'd written on napkins in the car, which were super important to me, and pieces of Karim. Because in the car crash, he busted, so all of his like limbs were everywhere around the car. It's pretty morbid and awesome, but he remembered to grab those things and he put them in his car and like followed me to the hospital. So yeah, Karim was like this really, I don't know, important metaphor, especially because when we did go to Colorado to get him, the cookies are done, hold on. Oh, when we went to Colorado to get him, we were going to, not my dad's grave because he was cremated, so it was like his dad's grave, my grandpa's grave, in this like giant military graveyard where there were like millions of tombstones and they all look the same and it created these patterns. Awesome. But it was just like this memento mori, like this reminder of death, getting a skeleton when I was going to visit my dad's ashes, because some of his ashes are like buried in the graveyard. It's weird. I don't know. I don't have a place to go visit him, if that makes sense. So Karim was like this really important metaphor to me, and then he got busted up in this accident that could have killed me. So I don't know. I still have him, by the way.
So when the car kind of like got totaled,
Yes.
in lesser words, Karim had, it was like his body that was disattached from his, so Karim's right arm and both of his legs
Yes.
came apart, just like blew apart, which I collected all the pieces, and we kept the pieces, but we wanted to get another skeleton for the new car.
Yeah.
And so we went back to Target.
No, we went,
Didn't you get them at Target?
The cookies are done again. I got them at Joann's. I wasn't planning on getting
All right,
another skeleton,
go get the
but
cookies.
but I saw
Joann's.
a gold skeleton at Joann's, and I was like, oh, for my new car,
Go get the cookies.
let's celebrate it and get a skeleton.
This is my story now. At Joann's, she got this gold skeleton. Let me show you guys this picture. See if you can see this. Alright. Solid gold skeleton. We named him Escobar because we named him after Pablo Escobar because he's made of money. So Coral went grocery shopping or something somewhere, maybe at Target, maybe somewhere else. And she came back to the car after like a couple months of having Escobar. And what happened?
And I opened the back door, and Escobar wasn't hanging up where I had him. I had him behind the driver's seat. And at first I was like confused because I thought he was just gone completely. And then I saw him probably in my seat or something, either way, like busted off the hanger. And it was so strange because I looked at him for a second and his limbs were busted, which for Karim, the only way that happened was by getting in a complete car accident and having airbags bust them. So with Escobar, I didn't understand why his limbs were busted. And what was weird is when I was looking at him, I was thinking that it was like, it would be crazy if it was the exact same limbs, but I couldn't remember. So I ran into the house, pretty sure, at least as soon as I got home, and checked on Karim because I still had him. And it was the same exact limbs that were broken on him.
We did not keep Escobar.
No. And the weird thing is that in order for the limbs to break off, the plastic pieces behind it, your phone went black. The plastic pieces like inside the interior have to be busted off. And yeah, you could say like, oh, maybe it got too hot and it melted or something, but it never happened with Karim. Like it doesn't, it's the same exact type of skeleton, and Karim was fine for like years, at least a year, through all of our adventures. Like we hit him a million times because he was right by my hand when I was driving. So, so what got worse is that when that happened, in the back of my mind, I was kind of thinking it was like this weird sign of something bad to come. And my brand new car ended up being a lemon and got hit several times before I was even able to figure that whole mess out. So I don't know, I feel like it was this, like I feel bad for Escobar, but I feel like it was this weird way of Karim or Escobar or somebody giving me a sign. And that's the creepiest thing that's happened to me that I really can't explain at all.
So yeah, we got Karim though. We still got him.
I know.
Escobar we had to get rid of.
Escobar we got rid of, and I feel bad.
It was a little too weird.
It was weird. And then Karim, I feel like I need to bury him, but I don't know. I still have him. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Anyway, rest in peace.
Sis.
Pieces. So our cookies are done and they're fat.
Fat, pat.
Fat. So Josh has a bunch more stories than me. That's pretty much my only creepy one. And we want to share them with you soon. Maybe within the next couple weeks at least. Hopefully before Halloween.
Before Halloween.
Because that would be really fun.
Yes.
So, talk to us in the comments. Like it, subscribe.
What's your scariest story?
Ooh, tell us scary stories, please. Or Halloween stories. Or stories. Any stories. Bye.
Time for bed.
These are the fat bats. Good night.